right, man. Let's talk, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the link in the description, join the Patreon. Let me let y'all know something, man. Just go for divorcees, women cheating on their husband. Let me let y'all know something. Let me just kind of keep it on divorcees, and at the end, I'll make it. I kind of preface it. Women who leave their husband, and you telling the next guy what happened. And I remember I was talking to a chick years ago, and she was like great personality, cool. She was older, and she was like, I left my husband, I got my degree in nursing, blah blah blah. So basically, she felt like since she got a degree in nursing, she made more money than her husband. She wanted to level up at X amount of years old, right? And you know, when you hear shit like that, and then you know, when you hear shit like that, as a man, I'm gonna tell you what we think, ladies. If you even, like I said, even from we kicking with you and you cheating on your boyfriend, you telling us everything he ain't doing, and you know this is why you doing it. I mean, keep it a bean with you. Even when we hear shit like y'all say shit like that, fam, we disqualify y'all, because what's gonna make me any different? And then on top of that, we ain't even get old boy's story. And we know old boy gonna fill in some gaps to tell some truth that you left out in that story. So when you left your husband because, you know, you leveled up, or, you know, you wanted to go, you know, fuck around, and you fucked around, and now you ready to settle down again. No, we can read between the lines. We can read between the lines. Only truly exceptional bitches is able to do, or exceptional women are able to do that. Exceptional in the looks, know how to treat a guy, everything. I remember it was a story I was listening to on Boss Mac, and he said he had a homeboy who was getting to the chili. He said getting to the money. He had a homeboy and ended up being with a woman who had 3 kids and moving them in and taking care of her kids. He said this woman cooked, clean, washed his feet, did all these things for survival. So I say this to say that a woman knows exactly what to do to keep your interest. They know exactly what to do to keep a man, and it's not that hard, to be honest. A lot of times, you know, regardless, it's a respect factor. That's all it boils down to, is a respect factor. I think most people don't understand that. It boils down to a respect factor. But women got to understand that even if you want to marry and you left a good dude, and dudes knew he was a good dude, it's our duty to the bro code to fuck you over. It's our duty to keep you in the hit zone. Because why would I be a good man to you? Why would I cater to you? Why would I love you and stop my day and help you out when you're in a crisis and give you the boyfriend duty? You know what I'm saying? When a guy was doing that already and it failed. Oh, he was a good guy, he was a good father, and believe it or not, most guys that's been in those situations where a girl is cheating on their boyfriend and she venting, or it ain't even cheating, she may be venting about her boyfriend in a setting, at a work setting. Most men, 90% of real solid men gonna tell her, hey, maybe he see it from this way of you. Maybe you need to put yourself, they gonna try to keep y'all together. And that's the difference. That's why if there's a benefit to women having male friends, if we are genuinely your friend and care about you, and that's from a brother, homeboy, we're going to tell you what he thinks from his perspective and see it from his perspective and tell you things to bring y'all together. See, the majority of women do things to break up your relationship because they're miserable. They're miserable because they're single. They're miserable for whatever reason. The only time you see healthy situations, and this is why you see men say they only really want to be serious in relationships and married women that have other married friends, or they only want to hang around other married couples, is because the advice is to is to come together, is to galvanize. It's not to break up, it's to work it out. Women's advice to other women who ain't married or who ain't in healthy relationships is to tear up the family. Oh, girl, you should leave. Oh, he left to keep leaving the toilet seat up. You should leave. That's the issue. So just to preface that, but in general, women, when y'all cheating, And a lot of times women cheat and have husbands and boyfriends and guys don't even know. Guys don't even know. But for the guys who do know and yo, man, he won't do this while you taking your clothes off. You know what I'm saying? Unless you is an exceptional top 2 to 3% bitch, I'll be nice 5 to top 5% bitch out there. If you that, you got a chance. And that's not just in looks. That's in credentials, cooking, cleaning, supporting, sympathize, making my life easier, being enjoyable. You know, it's hard to meet women who got great personalities that mesh with men. It really is. You know, that's one thing that could really make up for some of the deficiencies that women have. You know how dudes, end up marrying hoes and they know they hoes because hoes be cool. You know what I'm saying? They be cool. They just be hoes. You willing to put up with it. Because a regular chick can turn a hoe anytime for the right guy. That's how most guys think. But in general, great personality on women are to men is very rare. Cool, lax, able to have a conversation without debate, funny, very rare, enjoyable to be around, very rare. But in general, women, just know this: when y'all cheating or you a divorce and the man ain't do shit to you and the guy can see through the bullshit, he's never gonna take you serious, bro. For the 95 to 90% of women outside of that top 5% list, or 3% to 5, whatever you want to see it as, no, I'm sorry, bro. So the thing about it is to stay with your husband, work it out. When you see all these STDs out here, and when you mixing spirits, for the homies too, the men too, and you mixing spirits out there with people, you have sex, you're mixing spirits, mixing energy, mixing DNA. You take on a lot of that bad energy, you take on some of the good energy. But it's like out here with your vagina and your pistol Pete, you taking chances out here, dog. They got shit going through the it ain't even worth it no more, bro. You going through the clinic, nervous as hell for results to come back. Why put yourself in that position? Conquering a bunch of women, it really, in theory, it sounds cool, but it's not cool. It creates an imbalance and, chemically within the men too. Spiritually, for women, we know what it is. So, I'm not saying to go out there and marry the first woman, the first guy you see, or have sex or not have sex, but just have some discernment about it. But make sure, you out there for the right reasons. You dealing with people for the right reasons. But in general, when we see these scenarios from cheating women, divorced women, only way guys really overlooking that for real, is if you one of them exceptional women, bro. Now, I'm not talking about DV, abuse. If y'all was, I'm not the extreme shit y'all like to. If y'all that, we understand what happened. But, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon.